Hey and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Erik Ten Hag considering making Mason Greenwood transfer decision. Man United are reportedly open to allowing Mason Greenwood to leave on loan next season after a female made allegations online that Greenwood had abused her. The English attacker was arrested by Greater Manchester Police and charged with attempted rape, controlling behavior, and assault. The 21-year-old has not played competitively since. However, a lack of evidence led to the charges being dropped earlier this year. The United forward, now cleared of any wrongdoing, is eligible to return to his day-to-day duties, including playing football. Consequently, now free to continue working, Greenwood was recently pictured by The Sun putting in some work on a private training pitch. And according to Manchester Evening News, although Greenwood's long-term future remains hugely uncertain, Erik Ten Hag is open to the idea of loaning the academy graduate out next season as opposite to selling him permanently. A trio of Italian clubs have reportedly expressed an interest in signing United's number 11. Juventus, AC Milan, and Roma are all thought to be keen on offering the 21-year-old a chance to reignite his career in Serie A. Man United legend Rio Ferdinand upset with unfair treatment of David De Gea. Manchester United legend Rio Ferdinand is disappointed with how the club have handled David De Gea's contract situation. His current deal with United will expire at midnight today. It was recently reported that De Gea accepted a significant pay cut to sign a new contract. However, United withdrew their initial proposal and offered another deal with an even lower salary. Rio Ferdinand expressed his anger at how the club have treated one of their top players. He said, "Whatever you think, David De Gea is good enough or not, that's up for debate. He's been an unreal servant to this football club. 12 years he's been at this club, similar to what I was at this club. Player of the year 4 or 5 times in that time. He's been phenomenal. I'm just a little bit gutted, to be honest, with the way the club have handled the David De Gea situation. I think you owe it to a player who's been there that long to make sure that they love at half-decent terms at least." Ferdinand is spot on with his assessment that De Gea has been an excellent servant to Man United. He has been crowned the Sir Matt Busby Player of the Year award 4 times in his 12-year stay. Alongside Cristiano Ronaldo, he holds the record of winning this prestigious trophy for the most number of times in the club's history. The Madrid-born shot-stopper is no longer at his peak, but still won the Premier League Golden Glove last season. De Gea made several glaring errors and looked uncomfortable with the ball at his feet, leaving manager Erik Ten Hag with reservations about him. Ten Hag wants a goalkeeper who can help his team to play out from the back rather than just kicking the ball long. De Gea will be remembered as a club legend and deserve to be treated with a little more respect. Man United could move for Edson Alvarez after move to Dortmund collapses. Edson Alvarez seemed on the brink of joining Borussia Dortmund from Ajax before a move collapsed at the 11th hour, opening the door for other suitors to enter the frame. Despite agreeing personal terms with the Mexico international, Dortmund's sporting director withdrew from negotiations due to the Dutch club's excessive demands. According to The Telegraph, Dortmund deemed Ajax's €40 million asking price absurd and pulled out of the talks even though they had a 5-year contract agreement with the player. Known for carefully managing their funds, last season's Bundesliga runners-up will pursue cheaper alternatives, leaving the 25-year-old open for the taking. Chelsea saw their deadline day €50 million offer for Alvarez rejected last summer, but the Blues may reignite their interest now that the midfielder's move to Signal Iduna Park has collapsed. Whether Chelsea could pick up where they left off last year and bid up to €60 million to get the deal over the line this summer, the Mexican isn't convinced by the Stamford Bridge project. He has 2 more years left on his contract in Amsterdam and is in no hurry to leave, although This feels like a perfect time for him to take his career to the next level following an impressive 4-year stint in the Eredivisie. Manchester United boss Erik Ten Hag can take some credit for Alvarez's rise to prominence, having navigated his development during his prolific managerial career at the Johan Cruyff Arena. In his first summer transfer window at Old Trafford, the Dutchman showed proclivities for rekindling former associations, as witnessed by the deals that brought Antony and Lisandro Martinez to Manchester. Ten Hag could be looking to do more business with his former employers, considering his hunt for a new central midfielder has hit a dead. Chelsea and Man United have reached an agreement for Mason Mount, but Alvarez boasts different characteristics than the Englishman, but he could still be a decent cope for the Red Devils, whose interest in his services has never got off the ground. That narrative could change in the coming weeks, especially if Fred or Scott McTominay were to leave the theatre of dreams. Man United targeting Benfica Protege João Neves. Manchester United have reportedly set their sights on Benfica teenage phenom João Neves, who broke onto the big stage last season. According to Gianluca Di Marzio, the Red Devils are considering launching a bid for the 18-year-old midfielder. Neves graduated from the Benfica Youth Academy and signed his first professional contract at the Estadio de Luís in 2020 at the age of 16. It took him 2 years to make his senior debut for the club. He made 17 league outings for Roger Schmidt's side last season, helping them win the Primera Liga title. While most of his appearances were only cameo showings, the prodigious midfielder established himself as a regular starter, racking up 6 league starts at the tail end of the last campaign. In addition to his domestic exploits, the teenager also featured for Benfica in the Champions League knockout stage, chipping in with an assist in a 5-1 thrashing of Club Brugge in the round of 16. He is currently away on international duty with Portugal, starting all 3 matches in the 2023 European Under-21 Championship and scoring once as the Seleção progressed into the knockout phase. Neves' breakout season in Lisbon made him a target for Man United, but even if the Red Devils decide to pursue his signature this summer, he'd likely join the club's youth ranks. Despite quickly adapting to top-flight football in Portugal, it's hard for the young talent to make a senior Premier League squad from the get-go, regardless of his bare-going potential. It's also uncertain whether Benfica would even entertain possible offers for their up-and-coming starlet, given their habit of developing raw talent into top-class stars before selling them for hefty profits. Neves' career has only just begun, meaning they are unlikely to earn a substantial figure from his departure, which could deter them from negotiating his sale this summer. 31-goal star is open to Man United transfer. Napoli striker Victor Osimhen has been linked with a move away from the Italian club this summer. Clubs like Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester United and Real Madrid have all been linked with a 24-year-old Nigerian international, but former Napoli star Bagni has revealed that the player is not keen on a move to Liverpool or Chelsea. However, he would be open to a move to Manchester United or Real Madrid, Bagni said. Osimhen won't return to France because he already played there. The same thing with Germany. He doesn't go to Liverpool or Chelsea because they do not play the Champions League. Of all the teams associated with him, for me, he would only go to Manchester United and Real Madrid. He is not interested in the other teams. It's hardly a surprise that the striker is not keen on joining Liverpool or Chelsea this summer. Both clubs have missed out on a Champions League qualification, and Osimhen will want to compete at the highest level. The 24-year-old scored 31 goals across all competitions last season and helped Napoli win the Italian league title. He is undoubtedly one of the best strikers in Europe right now, and he will want to play for a club capable of winning major trophies. Both Liverpool and Chelsea are going through a period of transition, and they might not be able to compete for league titles or Champions League trophies right now. Manchester United, on the other hand, are on the up and they have already secured a domestic cup this past season. The Red Devils have shown tremendous progress under Erik Ten Hag, and they could certainly use a reliable goal scorer like Osimhen this summer. Manchester United admitted a transfer mistake a year ago. Manchester United are making tentative inquiries over Brighton and Hove Albion midfielder Moses Caicedo. Sky Sport reported last night that Manchester United have made contact with Brighton over Moses Caicedo. This is a prelude to a possible offer. However, a move for Caicedo would be very costly and put a major dent in the club's striker budget. Manchester United could have infamously signed the Ecuador international for just £4.5 million in 2021 and backed away. According to The Athletic, Manchester United acknowledged an error in failing to sign Moses Caicedo last summer. The outlet report. United staff asked counterpart at Brighton about Caicedo's development when the clubs met at Old Trafford on the opening weekend of last season, giving the impression they sensed a missed opportunity. Brighton paid a bargain fee for Caicedo in 2021 when United had been heavily linked. He was already a senior Ecuador international at the time and had been recommended by former Red Devils star Antonio Valencia, the Metro reported. Manchester United backed out of a move, and while the club clearly regret this now, they apparently realized their error a year ago. Caicedo has gone on to help Brighton to 3 victories over Manchester United since the past 18 months, and he would cost a very big fee now. The Athletic report Brighton want a fee approaching £100 million for Caicedo, which would likely be too expensive for United. It was claimed by the Times that United are eyeing Caicedo as an alternative to Mason Mount. However, the Chelsea midfielder has now agreed his move to Old Trafford. The Athletic claim a £60 million fee has been agreed with Chelsea, and Mount is now expected to undergo a medical. Manchester United reached agreement with Chelsea for the transfer of Mason Mount. Manchester United have reached an agreement with Chelsea to acquire the services of Mason Mount, according to The Athletic. Mount has been the subject of discussion between United and Chelsea in recent weeks, as both clubs look to strike a deal. After seeing their first 2 offers rejected, United submitted what was supposed to be a final offer worth £55 million and insisted they were not ready to go over that valuation. However, the Red Devils increased their last bid by a further £5 million in add-ons, which has now been accepted by Chelsea, who initially wanted £70 million to part ways with Mount. United will look to put the finishing touches on Mount's move in the coming days, with the Englishman already given permission to undergo his medicals. Mount will become Erik Ten Hag's first signing of the summer transfer window amid a period of uncertainty due to United's ongoing takeover saga, which is expected to end soon. Off the back of a difficult campaign where he struggled for both form and fitness, Mount heads to Old Trafford with a point to prove. The 24-year-old missed the closing stages of last season through injury, but should be back in time for a pre-season. Having got a deal for Mount over the line, United can now turn their full attention to the pursuit of other transfer targets. United are in the hunt for a new centre forward, although they may have to wait until their ownership issue is resolved. Harry Kane remains the prime target, but with a move for the Tottenham Hotspur man proving difficult, Rasmus Højlund and Gonzalo Ramos are 2 of United's most viable options. Inter Milan wait for Man United offer for Andre Onana. Inter Milan are waiting for an official bid from Manchester United for goalkeeper Andre Onana today, according to reputed journalist Gianluca Di Marzio. The Red Devils recently agreed a fee with Chelsea for midfielder Mason Mount, and they could now step up their interest in signing Onana from the Nerazzurri. Personal terms have already been agreed with the player, and Di Marzio claimed that Inter are awaiting United to present an offer for the 27-year-old star. The San Siro Giants want at least €50 million plus add-ons for Onana. It's a decisive day, as Inter could be looking to balance their books for the financial year. The Nerazzurri are aiming to register profits before the financial year ends tonight. They have already agreed the sale of Marcelo Brozovic to Al Nassr for 23 million euros. The Serie A outfit are now willing to sell Onana for 50 million euros. In our view, United must finalize a deal by today such that Inter don't change their stance on the player. Onana would be a big upgrade for the Red Devils in goal. The Cameroonian is superb with the ball at his feet and also likes to intercept crosses into the box. He has also impressed with his mobility and can operate as a sweeper keeper when required. We saw a glimpse of those traits in the Champions League final. United have a free run at signing him at the moment, with Chelsea no longer in the race. The Blues have decided to pursue a backup goalkeeper this summer. Onana could seamlessly adapt to the Premier League, having worked under manager Erik Ten Hag for 4.5 seasons at Ajax. He should be familiar with the playing style. I will be uploading daily Manchester United news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.